Hi all, welcome back to my channel. Police in Colton, California are searching for an elderly couple who they say mysteriously disappeared from their home, along with their little dog Cuddles, on August 24th of 2024. They were seen by neighbors leaving their home at the Olive Dell Nudist Ranch that day, but they have not been seen since. And their car was found, abandoned, with the keys still in the ignition, about a half mile down the road from their house. Neighbors say 73-year-old Stephanie Menard had difficulty walking and wouldn't have been able to walk far from their abandoned car, and 79-year-old Daniel Menard suffered from dementia. A neighbor of the Menards said that when he went to their home on the morning of the 25th to pick them up for church, they didn't answer the door, and he knew something was wrong when he didn't hear Cuddles barking when he knocked. So he and his wife contacted the police. And when police searched the Menards' home, they found Stephanie's walking cane, her purse, and both of their cell phones. They also said their TV and computer were still on as well. Neighbors are baffled as to what could have happened to their friends and their dog, and they say their disappearance is a complete mystery.
A mystery in San Bernardino County. A couple is missing and their neighbors are fearing the worst.
Yeah, they haven't been seen since Saturday. KCAL News reporter Joy Benedict spoke with the couple's neighbors and friends.
I just want them back. They don't deserve this.
It's hard for neighbors to walk past this home off Retchie Canyon Road, as the beloved couple who lives here hasn't been seen since Saturday.
Very stressful. Lack of sleep. Concern.
Sandy Marinelli has been a good friend of Dan and Stephanie Menard for more than a decade. She says another neighbor became concerned when the couple wasn't ready for church on Sunday.
Went inside their home to see if maybe they might be okay inside, and they didn't find them in there, but they found Stephanie's purse was in there, her cane was in there, TV was left on, their computer was left on. It was just very suspicious for them to be gone.
The police were called, and a short time later their car was found about a half a mile down the road, unlocked, with the keys in it.
Dan was funny and he was sweet, and it just plagues me. I can't believe somebody would do something like this to them, and it hurts my heart because they didn't deserve it.
What happened is a mystery. The couple has lived at Olive Dell Ranch, a nudist resort, for more than a decade. Neighbors say this once close-knit community has become divided lately after vandalism and break-ins, leaving everyone on edge and uneasy, wondering if this disappearance is connected.
I'm terrified. I haven't slept since this happened. I'm terrified that I'm going to be next.
Are you suspecting foul play at this point?
I can't really speak to that. We're certainly investigating every avenue.
Carl Baker is the city spokesperson. He says right now police are just trying to find them and their dog, who is also missing.
We did have search dogs from the Riverside Sheriff's Office and a helicopter from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office.
Neighbors also searched on foot and horseback throughout this canyon, but there's still no sign of the Menards. Both are in their 70s, and Dan has dementia, which has many here getting more fearful as the days pass, and they have yet to come home.
We love you and we miss you, and we need you to come back.
Friends tell us that neither Dan nor Stephanie Menard got around well physically, so they can't imagine that they would have taken off on foot intentionally. Of course, if you know anything about this case, if you've seen them, you're urged to contact the Redlands Police Department. From Redlands, I'm Joy Benedict, KCAL News.
The search is on tonight for an elderly couple who disappeared without a trace over the weekend in Redlands.
It's the nature of their disappearance that has neighbors fearing for the lives of Stephanie Menard and her husband, Daniel. KTLA's Shelby Nelson joins us live from Redlands with the deepening mystery. Shelby.
Sure, Micah, these are critical moments for this couple who is still missing. We spoke to some of their closest neighbors and friends who gave us this flyer that their church is now handing out. It's a church in Moreno Valley. Friends say that Dan suffers from dementia and that at times he does forget things. He asks questions repeatedly, but they say that he's never wandered off very far, and they don't believe that's what happened in this case. As for his wife, Stephanie, many say that she always stays by her husband's side.
They very much follow routine, and this isn't their routine.
That's partly why the disappearance of Stephanie and Dan Menard is so strange. According to Redlands police, the couple was last seen on Saturday at about 10 a.m. at their Redlands home on Kiesel Road. Their golf cart still in the driveway, patio furniture where they left it. Longtime friends and neighbors John Hillis and Irene Encraft have a Sunday routine with the Menards.
Sunday morning, Stephanie calls John, and he comes and picks them up. Then he comes down and gets me. And then we go off to church.
They drive to New Life Baptist Church in Moreno Valley. But this past Sunday was different. John says Stephanie never called, so he came by and honked, but no answer.
I went and knocked on the door, and the first thing I realized was Cuddles, their dog, wasn't barking.
The two left to church thinking that Dan and Stephanie hitched a ride with someone else. As they headed to church, something else that was strange. They saw the couple's vehicle was off to the side of the road. Police say the keys were still in the ignition. When Irene and John didn't see Dan and Stephanie at church, that's when they started to worry. And the two came back later that day to check on them.
The computer was on, the air conditioner was, everything was on.
The first thing when I saw her purse there, I said, her purse is here. And so I opened it, and there was her wallet.
Along with their phones. They called hospitals, but nothing.
Then Irene called the police.
Neighbors tell us the Menards have lived at the Olive Dell Ranch for about 15 years. It's described as a family-friendly nudist resort, a tight-knit community. Dan suffers from dementia and diabetes. Friends say Stephanie has multiple sclerosis and that she doesn't go anywhere without her cane, which is at their home. Redlands police are now asking for the public's help in searching for the vulnerable couple and their dog.
If anybody has any information, has seen them, or any kind of information about where they may have been going or seen them with anybody, we would want any of that kind of information.
I want whoever or wherever not to harm them and bring them home, to the people that love them.
Now, we understand that investigators and forensics teams were at their home shortly after we left when we were talking to neighbors. I asked Redlands police if they suspect any foul play here. They couldn't answer that question. All they could say right now is they're still searching for Dan and Stephanie. Reporting live in Redlands, I'm Shelby Nelson, KTLA 5 News.
Back to Gigi we go now on that desperate search for the elderly couple.
They've been missing since this past weekend. Gigi.
And Jen and Aroxia, with every passing hour, concern continues to grow for the Menards. They are a beloved couple. Their friends and neighbors absolutely adore them, say they're super active in their church and community, but they haven't been seen since last Saturday. Stephanie and Daniel Menard and their beloved dog, Cuddles. The three are inseparable friends, say they were last seen Saturday morning, leaving their home at the Olive Dell Nudist Ranch in Colton. Now, they haven't been seen or heard from since. Daniel is in his late 70s. He's diabetic and has dementia, while his wife also has health issues and walks with a cane that was reportedly left behind in their home, along with personal belongings like her purse and both their cell phones. Adding to the concern, the couple's car was found the next day unlocked and with the keys inside just down the road from their home. Friends say Stephanie would never have been able to walk far from that car at all, yet there's been no sign of them. Now, friends of the couple say they were involved in some type of a lawsuit against the ranch where they've lived for decades, and recently had been complaining that they were being harassed by someone about that lawsuit. That adds to their fear that something bad has happened to the seniors. If you have any information, please call the Redlands Police Department. Jen and Aroxia?
All right. Certainly hoping for the very best there. Gigi, thank you.
Please consider sharing out the Menards' information to get all eyes looking out for them. There was no information that I found that they have family in the area who may have picked them up or their car was abandoned. And I hope a stranger didn't see them and offer them a ride, and now they're in trouble. This is a scary situation, and they need our help to find them. Thank you for listening to the Menards story. I'll be praying that they're found safe soon. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more true crime stories. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on my next video.